So, Blake, are we starting to see a little freezing drizzle on the lakeshore?
Yeah, starting to see some freezing drizzle, especially at the lakeshore, Juliet. Some of the MDOT cameras around Muskegon County, even stretching a bit north, icing up quickly over the past 30 minutes or so. And that's going to be an expectation through this evening, even into a chunk of tonight. And even out here on the weather deck, only a few spits of snow, but starting to notice some drizzle mixing in. Want to start off on a lighter note, no pun intended here, but our sunset time is now at 6 o'clock on average across West Michigan, and at least more specifically here in Grand Rapids. And our sunset time will be between 6 and 6:59 in the evening now through March 7th. Of course, daylight saving time kicks off on the 8th of March, so we jump ahead an hour. And then quickly by the 25th of March, our sunset time is at 8 in the evening, and by the middle of May, that sunset time eclipses 9 in the evening. Daylight will start to really speed up over the coming weeks. 13 weather ball is blinking green. No change foreseen in our temperatures, but our numbers will be a bit of a roller coaster over the next 24 hours, and we do have some drizzle in sight and even some snow by tomorrow morning. 13 weather ball brought to you by LaFontaine Ford of Grand Rapids. The view out of Muskegon, starting to notice this camera lens icing up a bit, and visibility down to about 2 miles here in Muskegon. 27 the number, so below the freezing mark. While the snow, the light passing snow of today, is peeling off to our east, we are replacing that with pockets of drizzle, and that will be the expectation through a fair chunk of the nighttime hours before finally this secondary cold front, so the clipper system, works through West Michigan come tomorrow morning. And once the cold front clears the area by midday tomorrow, that's what's going to cause temperatures to fall off back on the cold side tomorrow late in the day into tomorrow night. Hour by hour forecast, while this particular model is trying to indicate snow across West Michigan, I think the bulk of the precipitation type will be in the way of freezing drizzle. That carries on even through midnight tonight before here comes that secondary swath of snow. This is going to come through just prior to daybreak. It's only going to last a couple hours, maybe about 3-4 hours at most, but it'll provide just enough, another inch or so fresh accumulation on top of any amount of ice that accumulates or accretes through this evening into a little bit of tonight. Once we get past that secondary swath of snow, the cold front comes through. That's going to cause temperatures to fall off, but we also do dry out for the most part tomorrow, the second half of the day into tomorrow night, outside of some light lake effect snow at the lakeshore. National Weather Service still has a winter weather advisory through midday tomorrow. The primary concern is the freezing drizzle chance through this evening, because as we all know, it only takes a little bit of ice to slick things up on the roads. Numbers are in the 20s right now, but we'll actually see those numbers rise into the lower 30s for a few hours tomorrow morning. And then once the cold front comes through, yeah, those numbers crash. And a big reasoning behind that cold front, the wind will be due out of the north. It will be blustery for a few hours tomorrow midday into the afternoon. Some wind gusts in excess of 30 to 35 miles per hour, but that northerly flow is going to usher in that Arctic air mass. So look at the numbers by daybreak tomorrow. I think for many of us, it'll be the first time in nearly 3 weeks where the temperature climbs above 32 degrees. It only lasts for a few hours, though, because the cold front slams through and numbers will fall through the 20s and the teens as tomorrow goes on, and eventually will bottom out Saturday morning in the single digits, especially away from the lakeshore, and we only rebound back into the teens come Saturday. As for the weekend, yes, it will be colder to kick off the weekend, but generally we will be quiet outside of a few light passing snow showers. That's about it for the weekend. Really nothing of impact expected as of now, both Saturday and Sunday, at least at this point of winter. Temperatures tonight will be rising through the 20s into the lower 30s by daybreak. More importantly, we do have that freezing drizzle chance across West Michigan, and already seeing that start to emerge closer to the lakeshore, specifically in Muskegon County right now. 13 on your side, 7-day forecast. We'll have a quieter weekend, cooler, and then we warm up through the 30s much of next week. 13 on your side, we'll be back after the break.